All for One, the twisted and evil villain mastermind of My Hero Academia. Now, throughout the series, we saw him in many different forms. And possibly his most recognized form is his Vader-like breathing apparatus that we see him either wearing or having strapped to his face. But spoiler alert, our boy didn't always look like that. So today we're going to get some villain vibes from our daddy, All for One, in his younger and better state. Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and you know it's time to go plus ultra with another My Hero Academia Ichiban Kuji unboxing. Now, I've been doing a lot of the heroes in the franchise because you know what, I love so many of them. But today I thought we'd do something a little bit different and go to some of the big bads of the franchise. This time going to the further beyond Kuji for our big bad in his younger form, All for One. Now, this is again part of the Further Beyond Kuji, which actually had quite a bit of figures, although not all of them did come to us stateside. So this Kuji consisted of Deku, Bakugo, Shigaraki, All for One, and then we had the child versions of Deku and Bakugo, as well as two figures that did not see a release stateside, which were an Eri and a child version of All Might. So very, very cool, and it's also interesting because while they were not last prize figures, for some reason we didn't get those here. So as someone who buys a lot of Kuji figures and does buy a lot of them in the US, that was kind of a bummer for me. But today it's all about the villain vibes, and this is actually going to be my first All for One figure. So this is, of course, part of the Masterlise series, not the Masterlise Extra or the Masterlise X Piece, which are actually smaller and larger in relevance to the standard Masterlise series. So I'm joined today by Armored All Might and Bakugo in his geared up variation to kind of check out this piece today. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take a look at the box, and then we're going to go ahead and get inside. All right, so here on the front of the box, we've got a look at our boy looking very young and very muscly. We've got the Bandai Namco logo, the Ichiban Show logo, we've got the Masterlise, we've got All for One, My Hero Academia, and the Further Beyond. Here on the side, we've got kind of a silhouetted, almost kind of zoomed in picture of him, looking very, very dark. Can't really get a good look at him. But on the other side here, we have a perfect view of All Might, kind of almost using his quirk here. And then on the back is very interesting. We have the figures that were released with it, which is Deku, Bakugo, Shigaraki, and All for One. No mention on this box of the other two figures or the childlike figures. So very interesting kind of take for this box where it doesn't show all of the figures. Then on the top, we just have My Hero Academia All for One. And that's it for the box. Let's go ahead and get inside. All right, this should be a pretty straightforward one. I think it's going to be one figure and then maybe a base or something to hold them up, but let's find out. All right, so first off, we've got a peg, and for some reason it's got blue tape around it, so make sure you get that off. I don't know why it's taped around, but it has a peg kind of in it right here at an angle, so it looks like we're going to have an interesting angle to insert him at, and it's probably going to be his foot. So another, again, weird tape on the base. Not a fan of this base, but we'll do what we do. It almost looks like magnets down here, but I don't think those are magnets at all. They just got weird dots on it. So that's an interesting kind of base. And then we just have, yep, he is one piece, and he's actually heavier than I expected. So what we're going to do here is we're going to slide this on. I don't know why we did that, and we didn't just make it a molded piece, but this just kind of slides in. So we have an angled piece here, and we have a strange peg here on the bottom as well. The thing I don't like about this clear base is it already has scratches in it, and that's kind of annoying. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop him out of his plastic. And he is definitely a lot bigger than I was expecting. And Daddy is not wearing much.
Oh my god.
And he is very, very cool looking. Everything is one piece. I like this. Now he has two keys, one here on the bottom foot and the other kind of angled on the other by his toes. So what I'm going to assume, and we're going to try this first, is we are going to insert the angled one first. I'm going to put that on first, attach it, and then we're going to slide that in. And I think that's going to be the best idea because the other peg is going to slap right into his foot. So that is the best way to assemble this one. And I think that might be why this piece is separate. So you could get it on that foot first before sliding him down. Very, very simple, very, very painless installation. So kudos for that. Well, that's it for the unboxing. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at it.
Legends on every single wall, action figures standing tall, cosplay outfits ready for the con, inbox treasure never pawned. Every inch of space a tale to share, pixelated quests all filed with care. Dusty joysticks, they click, the combo strike, and the room's alive with the late night tide. Times you that can't be, time source keys. Well, I never be regular right line. Oh, get lie, oh, get fine. He's in my room, filled shelves on mint condition figs in their box. Security, let's unbox, reveal that rare gloss. Caffeine high, no sleep cramped, nerves never sleep, we're always hyped. So awake, you're night. Arcade buttons clacking clear, retro console memories near. Streaming live with a sorry, fans cheer, bonfires bonds that persevere. Nerds never sleep, we're always hyped into the night, our world alive. Unboxing now, that new release flair, collector card spread, careful and fair, anime posters, guardians on the wall, 100 series later I've seen them all. Console stands old and new, playing every game, pixel dreams and wireframe. Posters of legends on every single wall, action figures standing tall, cosplay outfits ready for the con, inbox treasure.
Now I gotta admit, guys, right off the rip, I was not expecting much from this piece. And I will say that I am pleasantly surprised by our muscly, jacked all for one. I like this way more than I thought I would, especially with having the bland, clear base. But as you guys know, with the Masterlise and stuff like that, we usually just get a big chunky block to kind of balance the piece up. So I can understand with this one, because he is floating, that we did have to give him some kind of a base and some kind of a piece to elevate him. The other thing I'm surprised about is how well he actually does scale up with the Armored All Might and Bakugo and things like that. Now, this is a Masterlise. This is a Masterlise Extra. So obviously you can see where Bakugo is, even though hunched over, a bigger piece. His head alone is much bigger. So you can see the scale differences here pretty well. This All Might, of course, is the Armored All Might, and he is a Masterlise as well. So these actually scale up perfectly together. And I love that I can put a villain with my Armored All Might finally. So, what are my thoughts on this? Now, I'm going to say, there isn't a lot to the All for One, as opposed to his previous costume with his big old Vader helmet and his breathing apparatus and his little pimp suit, right? But this is kind of more of a very, I want to say, toned, I guess, version of the character. And they did a fantastic job with what little costume that they have to work with. The details in the face, from just all the eyeliner going around his eyes, to every individual strand of the hair, to the rippling detail of his just shredded muscular build, is absolutely perfect. The kind of shredded fabric here hanging off the waist actually flows really, really well. The tearing and everything else is sculpted really nicely. I'm surprised. And even his hand and the kind of structure of the hand, where you can kind of almost see that he's flexing the hand or gripping at it, came out really, really awesome. I do like that he does have some kind of an effect, like he's looking ready to do a blast, and we do have the hole in the hand as well. I love the little details. And you know, for those of you who are feet people, not my thing, but hey, no judgment. The feet are sculpted really, really well as well. So, what do I give this one? Now, I love it because it's my first All for One. So I am going to probably have a little bit more excitement towards this piece. Now, I usually scale these reviews based off of comparable pieces and comparable prices. Now, this All Might is a very expensive All Might Kuji. So I'm not going to grade this on the same level. I'm going to grade this at the other $60 price point Masterlise series figures. And honestly, when we go by that level, it's going against something like the Bakugos and things like that over here. So while there aren't as many bells and whistles and there aren't as many crazy effects and costuming and things like that, this is a perfect representation of this character. So going by the actual depiction of the character, the representation it shows, the details it has in it for what it has, this is a perfectly good 8 out of 10 piece. It is not my favorite Masterlise by far, but as always with these, they just do such a damn good job. And his scaling is definitely worth the money. This piece runs around $60, $55 to $50 if you can actually get them on a deal. So be on the lookout, guys, because you can get this for a damn good price. And now when you compare that to a $30 plus prize figure, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck with this. So if you are an AFO fan, an MHA fan, or you just want to sprinkle some villains into your My Hero display, I can highly recommend this All for One. I absolutely love it. I am pleasantly surprised by it. And now it kind of makes me want to get the Shigaraki that goes into this set as well. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed checking out our daddy glowed up villain here with me today. And if you did like the video, do me a solid. Click the like button, the subscribe button, the share button. Spread the nerdiness. Follow on all the socials. The links are down in the description below, as well as links I find to purchase this bad boy. And that's going to be it for this one, guys. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, everyone.